JonathanGD, truly a creator of all time. Some of you really like his stuff, and some of you really don't. Let me ask you a question. Does 100 hours seem like a lot? How about 240? Well, whatever you were thinking, forget it. Jon spent over 10 times that amount of time on Dark Odyssey. That number wasn't even close. Look, I don't even care if the levels are good at this point. Dude could be making this, and I'd still be interested. Anyway, we're ranking his levels. Rated ones only. No point in ranking stuff like New Style Madness and Gardenland. Also, no Monolithos, cause he hasn't released that one yet. I might add it to like a pinned comment or something, I don't know. Number 14. You guys remember Rambreaker? Yeah, me neither. This level exists. It's really old and the decoration's alright for its time, but man, this gameplay is just not good. This part here is complete RNG and the rest isn't exactly great either. Smithy agrees with me, so I'm objectively right. Also, look at this dude. Number 13. Surely you remember Beyond the Nature. Everyone knows this one. It's Jon's most iconic level, only second to LCH Mega Collab 7. Cool level. It's got some fun designs and colors, and this icon flying around is pretty neat, but its age shows and the gameplay still isn't the best. Or really remotely good. Or sufferable. Number 12. Good news, guys, we finally have a level with bearable gameplay. Crystalia was Jon's entry to the Crystal Gauntlet, back when that was a thing. Some parts are kinda cool, but it's aged for sure, and overall it's pretty forgettable. You can tell not a lot of effort went into this, for Jon standards. And I mean, Crystalia is pretty old. It's only fair if it's got a few wrinkles, but I can't say the same about BuTiTi 3. Jon was basically pressured into making this by the community, and it shows. I mentioned this level on his stream, and dude, even he's not a fan.
There is this non-list for this spreadsheet. It also shows the enjoyment rating. Dark Odyssey 6.98. The Lost Existence, but this one is 4.59. The enjoyment is low. There's also BuTiTi 3. Right here, there it is. 4.50. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Alright, nice. Another reason to place BuTiTi 3 really low. You know, what was I doing? Why was I smoking?
So this level starts off alright. I mean, there's even a couple parts I like, but man does it fall off later on. Dude just straight up gave up with this structuring, and this background would fit perfectly into Tom Scott's video on bitrate, along with being too laggy and difficult to experience in-game either. Overall, this level really didn't need to be made, but it's okay, I guess. A better level would be its prequel, made over 3 years before. At number 10, we have BuTiTi. I mean, let's be fair, this level is really good for its time. It's even better than Dansman's remake, which was also around 3 years later. Added in a bit of a spicy take right there. Be sure to argue about it in the comments. A very fun, easy demon with some cool and unique designs. It gets 1 thumbs up and 2 spare nickels from me. Number 9. The Farewell is, in my opinion, the best 2.0 level on this list. Okay, yeah, I know it was technically released in 2.1, but shut up. This was Jon's first travel type level, using its entire 5.5-minute song. If you know anything about Jon's levels, which I'm assuming you do, you clicked on this video, then you'll know this is how he's made every level since. Even Crystalia uses the whole song. It's just a short song. The Farewell didn't make Jon's career by any means, but you can't deny it's kinda where it all started. Good level with some great atmosphere. It might be old, but it deserves this spot. Old levels like these have a certain charm to them, and I think part of that is how few objects they used, which is why the Farewell and the Lost Existence feel similar to me. Although that might just be me. The Lost Existence uses just 31,000 objects. That might seem like a lot, but it's a far cry from most levels this long. Also, this level was made in like 14 days, which is the JonathanGD equivalent of making 10 levels in a week. Some parts are kinda cool, like this sky part in Factory. But yeah, no, you can tell most of this was made in 2 weeks. Good atmosphere, at least. Number 7. BuTiTi 2, might I say, the best in its series. This is what we call a warranted sequel. Truly an innovation for the BuTiTi series. The gameplay's fun, the deco's exciting, and it has the funny bouncy grid effect, so it's an automatic 10 out of 10. I really like this part right here. This is slick for 2017. But that's not to say this level's perfect. Dude, what is this block design? Like, what was the thought process behind this? I need to know. Cool level, I give it an epic insane demon out of 10. Number 6. Lonely Travel. Jam, that's not a JonathanGD level. I love this level. You know, most trends in this game don't take a lot of effort. You jump on the bandwagon and take your dump, but the trend this level started is... it's different. Travel levels take work. A lot of it. Even the worst ones are still impressive, but despite all that, none of them really managed to capture what made Lonely Travel itself work so well in the first place. Lonely Travel has a theme, a purpose. It has progression, and it really owns the travel in its name. No other levels innovated on the theme like that, except for one. The year is 2017. You just got done watching Seagulls by Bad Lip Reading for the 170th time when, my new masterpiece, Dark Travel, and I hope you strapped in, because this level was not about to hold back. Oh, that's cute, and then boom! It's like that level Peaceful by Small and Xylinox, but before that level even existed. Now that's wild. I think John knew something that we didn't. The level shifts tone. A dark and ruthless trial lies before you. The progress bar ticks up even slower than my upload schedule, and you feel like this gauntlet will never end. But then again, you're halfway there. What seemed impossible before might just be within your grasp. With a newfound hope, you push straight on. The world lights up around you, colors and shapes whiz past as the song ramps up in energy. Everything is harder than it's ever been before, but you know you can make it, and that keeps you on the road, and before you know it, it's almost over. So that's it. All you wanted was to get through this challenge, so why does this hurt? But all things must come to an end, and this level hasn't gotten any younger. It shows its age, I'm not gonna lie, but for the time it came out, this was the Of course, let's not forget the song, Dark Matter Sweet by One Fin and Shetty. This song's really what tells the level's story, and John did a great job of matching that. And no, I haven't played Super Mystery Dungeon, I probably should. Let me know in the comments if you think I should play. And so that's it for Dark Travel, but it's not gone for good. For now, it's time for our top 5. Number 5, Dark Travel may have made John's career, but Future Funk has over twice the downloads somehow. It sits at a humble 7 goddamn million. Pretty respectable if you ask me. Yeah, anyway, Future Funk is cool, fun level, the decoration hasn't aged too much, and it has Le Funny 99 Death. Oh, you goofy cuber, you got me again. Not much else to say, good fun level. Number 4. Future Funk 2 didn't need to be made, but unlike some levels I know, it's still good regardless. Some parts look better than others, but it's a handsome level overall with a bit of a steampunk aesthetic. Best part of this level is its structure. There's a heavy use of callbacks. One part of the level resembling an earlier one with some changes. The second drop resembles the first one with enough changed up to keep it fresh. This dash orb's used twice for the same sound in the song, and who can forget these Cuban robot parts? If only one of these was there, I promise they wouldn't be as iconic. I mean, that's really the case for any of these. A good structure makes a level you'll remember, and it also helps you remember what's coming next when playing. Okay, remind me, what comes next after the glow design part with varied flow gameplay? Oh yeah, silly me, it's the other glow design part with more flow gameplay. Of course. And another great thing about Future Funk 2 is just how good John is at matching its song, down to the tiniest detail. I'd love to show you, but if I play the song, I'll have no money to fund my caffeine addiction, and we can't have that. But this level is still great. With a fun and upbeat song and bold, bright colors, you'll be sure to be playing for hours. It's got charm, it's got move out of the way, it's got the gut piece to be the underdog, truly innovative. 99, order today, what happens next. Oh, sorry about that. I hate when that happens. You know, I haven't been totally honest. Future Funk 2, it's a good level. It's fun. But that's it. You remember Dark Travel. That level had a story. It left a mark. It was more than just fun. But you know, Some people come home to a loving wife, some to a cute cuddly pet. I come home to Eru by JonathanGD. The amount of times I've completed this level is concerning, but you can't spell Eru without R-U-O-K, and while the answer to that question is a resounding no, sometimes it's not so bad. This level's pretty easy, and I don't know, there's just something about it that cheers me up when I'm feeling down. Now, maybe it's just my synesthesia, but this level is a candy store of visualized sound. I use smart words. Viva by Onefin. Onefin and John are like cookies and milk, if I was able to eat either of those, and this level is a shining example of that. These structures here get washed away by the arpeggiating notes like they're made of liquid sound. This structure here breaks apart with a satisfying crunch. And this mirror section perfectly reflects the backward sounds in the song. And while all that is just scratching the surface, this level does have its flaws. The drop drops down in quality quite a bit, but it has like 20 parts happening a second, so I mean, I get it. I know a lot of people are mad because this won the GD Awards, and Well Rested is objectively better, but I think a lot of people are just too angry at the fact that this won, and it keeps them from realizing that, at the end of the day, it's a good level. As the wise old man, Good Time with Scar might say, it feels alive. But I can understand, on the other side, this duel does exist. It feels kind of forced, and it just feels like John added it, cause, I don't know, that's his thing. But there is one level that's free from this rainbow curse, though it can't really help it. Biru, meaning blue in Indonesian, the opposite of sad. Biru was made for Viprin's 9th creator contest. Viprin decided to step up his game this time and add a restriction. Just one. Blue. Every level has to be entirely blue, and this ties together Biru really nicely. It's kind of an underrated level, and honestly it's one of my favorites. For a start, Aeolia is a really good song, as expected from Onefin, and no, I won't shut up about his music. And John uses that song, as usual, really well. This atmosphere is tight. No, seriously, look at this flying. And the level's also really well optimized. This is like 20,000 objects a minute, which is pretty insane for a level of this detail. Most random featured levels use more than that. It's an old level, but I think it holds up. Truly goes to show what John is capable of when he's forced to hold a theme against his own will. Say what you want, I think this level deserves the number 2 spot. But there is still one level that beats it, and I think you can guess what that is. The year is 2021. You're scrolling— I'm just kidding, we're not doing that. Dark Odyssey is amazing. This level is a remake of Dark Travel, for those of you who somehow haven't picked up on that, and every part is honestly just a huge upgrade. Except for this one. Look, I know the castle thing was getting a little old, but this part is just kind of bland now. Feels like it's missing something, and holy mother of God, forget everything I just said, this level is flawless. Some other favorites of mine include Peaceful 2. Thank God he didn't go with the first background. Nice and cozy. The funny number. Just kidding, I hate this part. John, you're older than I am. The best rainbow duel John's made. Holy mother of all things ever, how long did this take? An existential crisis. Some parts are better and some are worse, but still, this is nothing short of a masterpiece. Every tiny detail from the gameplay to the smallest effects reflects the progression in the song. And maybe this level never had a specific message in mind, and to some of you, maybe you don't like that. But let's be real, I don't exactly go looking for meaningful messages in Geometry Dash. This level carries a message bigger than just itself, bigger than this game. It carries the story of JonathanGD. Over 2,000 hours, that's kind of a lot. And life is scary. To be honest, it's petrifying sometimes. But you don't have to spend 2,000 hours by the next time you wake up. 1 hour at a time is enough for me, and maybe another if I feel like I can. Mountains move over millions of years, but I mean, they get to where they're going eventually. And when that eventually is just about here, then I hope you didn't take your journey for granted. 'Cause you'll never have that same journey again. And be ready to move on to the next one. one Odysey at a time. So yeah, I like John's levels. I like them a lot. Call me nostalgic and you're probably right, but maybe you learned a thing or two. Maybe you didn't, I don't care. And thanks, John, for being you. Keep on keeping on, man. But we can all agree BuTiTi 3 does suck ass.